Welcome back to KION News. At 11 o'clock, we're sending things back over to the Weather Authority Center, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Sionka. And Dan, I know some celebrations planned for tomorrow, but might be looking a little wet out there.
Yeah, we've got some rain on the way on our Veterans Day here around the Monterey Bay region. So most events probably going to be dealing with some wet weather tomorrow. So if you're planning on heading out the door early tomorrow morning, make sure to have the jacket handy, a rain coat, umbrella, maybe just a poncho, something to keep that wet weather off you. It's not going to be an all-day rain event, but we're going to be dodging drizzle in the morning and then probably some rain in the early afternoon for most locations. Out there tonight, things are dry. Not much going on out there at the moment as we take our live look from Domenico's on the Wharf, but that is going to change tomorrow as the cold front does reach our shoreline. It's currently progressing, moving into Northern California late this evening, and we're starting to see clouds increase tonight, but as of yet, things are pretty quiet out there, and they're probably going to stay that way here for the next several hours. So let's get you into that morning commute. Low clouds filling in around the bay and pushing into the valleys overnight. Maybe a little bit of drizzle for you early bird commuters, but by 5 a.m. we're just seeing a little bit of green showing up on the map, indicating we'll have a little bit of moisture out there to the potential for some spotty wet roads, and might have to switch the windshield wipers once or twice if you're heading out the door around the bay around 5 a.m., especially in the Santa Cruz Mountains. By 7 a.m. it starts to get a little bit more widespread, and when I say it, I mean basically some drizzle bordering on light rain. The initial push of this is just going to be some moisture pushing up into the hills. Most likely the Santa Cruz Mountains might see some patchy stuff elsewhere around the bay as well. And it looks like it starts to spread a little bit farther inland as we head into the mid-morning hours. Now, the actual front, which will have real rain, not just kind of like a drizzly rain, is scheduled to be here late morning, early afternoon. This is a new run. I actually haven't seen it yet, so let's let it play out. We'll take you to around 11 a.m. and we see the front coming into the bay with gusty southerly winds up to 20 to 30 miles per hour and light to moderate rainfall. So it's moved into Santa Cruz, maybe Watsonville, just getting to the peninsula by 11 a.m. And of course, timing with these is always imperfect, so give or take an hour or two. I would say, you know, it's been pretty consistent showing this front coming through in the early afternoon hours, really for the last couple of days. So you can really expect it early afternoon, but it may not look like this at 11 a.m. It might be like a little bit farther to the west or to the east. So give or take an hour or so. Moving into around 1 o'clock, we see it moving through Salinas, Hollister, out of the peninsula. Notice it's somewhat shallow in breadth. It's not going to be a huge long duration event. We're talking it starts raining and then you get showers for an hour or two and then it's moving on. So I know in Salinas the opening ceremony for the Veterans Day Parade is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. The parade starts at 2 p.m. and right now it looks like the front is going to be clear by then. So some good news for parade start. I wouldn't put away the poncho or umbrella just yet. Make sure you have it handy. You might be driving to the parade tomorrow in the rain, and it may still be showering a little bit by the time the parade starts, but it's been trending a little faster. That's some good news for folks headed out to the parade. I'll be out there, so make sure to say hi. We're out there. KION's big sponsor. We like to honor the veterans in our community, so make sure you come out into Salinas for the Veterans Day Parade tomorrow. As we head into late afternoon hours by 3 p.m., looks like things are pretty quiet out there. Looking at partly cloudy, cool and breezy conditions for the rest of the day. So most of this, again, early afternoon. We're going to get some drizzle tomorrow morning. We stop things at 8 a.m., and then the front comes through, adding a 1/10 of an inch, maybe to at the most a 1/4 of an inch of precipitation. Not a major system, but enough to wet the roadways and have to use those swishy, swashy, wishy wipers. You might have those installed on your vehicle. They're brand new. They just came out. Wishy wipers, I think that's what they're called. Maxwell, he'll check on the internet for me. World Wide Web. The information superhighway. They've just started calling that now, too. Look at these temperatures tomorrow. It's not going to be warm. 58 in Santa Cruz, 52 in Bonnie Doon. Now, you're looking it up on the web, aren't you? 58 in Capitola tomorrow, 55 up at the summit. Not warm in Santa Cruz County. If the front comes through earlier, well, we might cool off the 60s into upper 50s, but we should get into the low 60s in many places, maybe 63 in Salinas at the most, but it's not going to be a warm day. Highs across the board will be below normal, upper 50s to low 60s on the peninsula, and then down south. You know, before the front gets there, you might get into the mid-60s, but that's about it. No 70s out there tomorrow like we've seen over the last several days. 7-day forecast for coastal cities showing that highs are going to stay cool. I did change the chance of rain on Wednesday. I did add that tonight, so I do think we're going to see some rain late Wednesday. Then we'll have rain chances Thursday, Friday, maybe even into Saturday as well. So a little bit unsettled and cool for most of the rest of the week, and temperatures just not warming up all that much. Inland areas also a couple of dry days. Maybe late Wednesday night we'll start to see some rain, but better chances are going to be later this week. So lots to look out for. Make sure you're staying tuned to my forecast, Maxwell.
Absolutely. Looks like that
Wishy
fact check
wipers.
came back positive.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you,
They
Dan.
have them now. All right.
If you